The glass hits the counter harder than it should. Rowan catches it before it tips, his hand moving on instinct. Muscle memory from 4 years behind this bar. 4 years of watching people drink away things they won't name. 4 years of keeping his head down and his scent locked tight. The amber lights overhead cast everything in shades of rust and shadow. Northline tap smells like old wood, spilled bourbon, and the kind of silence that comes after last call. Rowan runs the rag across the counter one more time, even though it's already clean. His movements are precise, deliberate, the kind of control that doesn't come natural, it's earned. Outside, the docks creak under their own weight. The whole neighborhood does. Buildings lean into each other like drunks sharing secrets. This part of the city doesn't show up on postcards. It's where conversations stay private and questions die in your throat. Rowan likes it that way. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. The clock above the register reads 2:47 a.m. Closing was 30 minutes ago, but Rowan's still here, wiping down bottles he already wiped, arranging coasters that don't need arranging. Anything to keep his hands busy. Anything to avoid going home to the empty apartment where Elio's probably kicked off his blankets again and the heating's been rattling since October. He reaches for the light switch. The door opens. Not a push, not a shove, just open, like the lock was never there at all. 3 men step inside. Rowan's hand freezes on the switch. They move in sync. Same height, same build, same way of taking up space without making noise. The door closes behind them with a soft click that sounds too final. Rowan's throat goes dry. They're not stumbling, not laughing, not doing any of the things people do when they walk into a bar after hours looking for trouble. They just walk, steady, purposeful, like they've done this before, like they know exactly where they're going. They sit at the bar, all 3 of them, close enough their shoulders almost touch. Rowan doesn't move. He should. He should tell them the bar's closed. Should flip the sign, lock the door, do literally anything except stand here with his pulse hammering in his wrists. But his body won't cooperate. His instincts are screaming something his brain hasn't caught up to yet. Alpha, not just 1, 3. And not the kind that swagger and posture and make everyone in the room prove they're listening. This is different. This is the kind of power that doesn't need witnesses. The one in the middle smiles. Is not friendly. Is not cruel either. Is something else. Something that makes Rowan's spine lock up. One last drink. His voice is quiet, controlled. The kind of voice that doesn't repeat itself because it doesn't need to. Rowan should say no. Should explain that last call was 45 minutes ago and the register's already closed and he's got a kid waiting at home who needs him more than 3 strangers need whiskey at 3 in the morning. But he doesn't. Instead, he reaches for a bottle. His hands don't shake. That's the one thing he's got left. 4 years of bartending in a place like this teaches you how to keep your hands steady even when everything inside you is screaming to run. He pours 3 glasses. Clean. Even. Professional. The man in the middle nods. Appreciate it. Rowan sets the glasses down. His fingers brush the counter. Cold. Solid. Real. He needs something real right now because everything else feels like it's tilting. You're Rowan. It's not a question. The man on the left speaks this time. His voice is rougher. Edges that the middle one smoothed out. Same face though. Same eyes. Same way of looking at him like they're reading something written under his skin. Rowan doesn't answer. Doesn't confirm. Doesn't deny. We've heard about you. The one on the right adds. His voice splits the difference between the other 2. Smooth but sharp. Heard you run a quiet place. Heard you're good at keeping things quiet. Rowan's jaw tightens. I serve drinks. That's it. That's not it. The middle one again. He picks up his glass but doesn't drink. Just holds it. Studies the amber liquid like it's got answers. You're careful, he continues. Real careful. The kind of careful that comes from needing to be. Rowan's heart kicks against his ribs. They know. They shouldn't. Nobody knows. He's been so careful. 4 years of scent blockers he doesn't need because he learned control before most Omegas learned to walk. For years of keeping his head down and his life small and his secrets buried so deep they shouldn't exist. But they know. Who are you? The question comes out steadier than he feels. The middle one sets his glass down, untouched. Kale Locke. He gestures to his left. That's Riven. Then to his right. Ashar. Locke. The name hits like cold water. Everyone in this city knows that name. The Locke Syndicate runs half the eastern seaboard. Shipping. Logistics. Ports. The kind of power that doesn't make headlines because it doesn't need to. The kind that decides who eats and who disappears. Rowan takes a step back. You're in the wrong place. No, Kale says simply. We're not. Riven leans forward. His eyes catch the light wrong. Too sharp. Too focused. You've got a steady hand, he says quietly. It sounds like a compliment. It doesn't feel like one. You don't survive bartending here without one, Rowan replies. Ashar watches him. Doesn't blink. Doesn't look away. Survival's expensive. The words hang in the air between them. Heavy. Weighted with something Rowan doesn't want to name. His eyes flick to the register. There's a photo tucked beside it. Small. Easy to miss if you're not looking. A boy with dark curls and a smile too big for his face. 7 years old. Eyes that haven't learned fear yet. Kale follows his gaze. Your son. Rowan's throat closes. My nephew. The lie comes automatic. Protective. The same lie he's told for 2 years. Ever since a social worker asked too many questions and he realized the truth was more dangerous than fiction. Kale doesn't look convinced. But he doesn't push. Instead, he stands. His brothers follow. Same fluid motion. Same synchronized power. We'll be back, Kale says. It's not a threat. It's a promise. They leave the same way they came. Quiet. Deliberate. The door closes behind them and Rowan's alone again with 3 full glasses of whiskey and the feeling that everything just changed. He stares at the door for a long time. His hands are shaking now. He looks at the photo by the register. Elio's gap-toothed grin stares back at him. Innocent. Unaware. Safe. For now. Rowan picks up the first glass. Drinks it in one swallow. Then the second. Then the third. The burn doesn't help. Nothing helps. Because he knows what the Locks are. What they do. The kind of people who walk through locked doors at 3 in the morning don't do it for conversation. They know something. And if they know, then others might too. Rowan grabs his coat. His keys. His phone. He needs to get home. Needs to check on Elio. Needs to make sure everything's still. His phone buzzes. Unknown number. He stares at it. His thumb hovers over the screen. It buzzes again. He answers. Silence. Then Kale's voice. Lock your doors tonight, Rowan. All of them. The line goes dead. Rowan's standing in an empty bar at 3 in the morning holding a phone that just delivered a warning for men who shouldn't know his name. Shouldn't know where he works. Shouldn't know he exists. But they do. And now he's got a choice he didn't have an hour ago. Run. Or wait. What would you do if the most dangerous men in the city suddenly knew your biggest secret? Rowan doesn't go home. Not right away. He sits in his car outside the bar for 20 minutes with the engine running and the heat blasting and his hands gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles go white. The street's empty. The docks are quiet. Everything looks the same as it did yesterday. But it's not. He knows it's not. The phone call loops in his head. Kale's voice. Calm. Controlled. Lock your doors tonight, Rowan. All of them. Not a threat. A warning. Which is somehow worse. Rowan finally drives home. Takes the long way. Checks his mirrors every 30 seconds. No one's following him. At least no one he can see. But the Locks aren't the kind of people you see coming. They're the kind that are already there before you realize you're being watched. His apartment building looks the same as always. Brick facade with rust stains under the windows. Fire escape that hasn't been inspected since the 90s. 3rd floor walk-up with a door that sticks when it rains. Home. He takes the stairs 2 at a time. His key scrapes in the lock. The door opens and he's inside. Breath catching. Eyes scanning. Elio's asleep on the couch. Blankets kicked off just like Rowan knew they would be. one arm flung over his head, face peaceful in a way that makes Rowan's chest hurt. He doesn't wake him, just covers him back up, tucks the blanket under his chin, smooths down the dark curls that stick up at weird angles. Elio shifts but doesn't open his eyes. His scent is milk-sweet and clean, unmarked, unregistered, invisible to a system that erases what it can't categorize. Rowan checks the locks, front door, windows, the fire escape latch that's been broken since they moved in. He shoves a chair under the handle. It won't stop anyone determined, but it'll make noise. That's all he needs. Noise, warning, time. He doesn't sleep, just sits at the kitchen table with the lights off and watches the street through the gap in the curtains, waiting for headlights that don't come, for footsteps that don't sound, for the knock on the door that'll change everything. It doesn't come. Dawn breaks gray and cold. Elio wakes up asking for breakfast. Rowan makes eggs and toast and tells him everything's fine even though it's not. Even though he spent the whole night waiting for the world to end and now the sun's up and nothing's happened and somehow that's worse than something. He drops Elio at school, watches him run through the gate with his backpack bouncing. Normal, easy, like nothing's wrong. Then Rowan goes to work. The bar looks the same in daylight, smaller, shabbier, less like the place where three men walk through a locked door and more like what it actually is. A dive bar on the wrong side of the docks that barely breaks even. Rowan unlocks the door, steps inside. The smell hits him first. Not bourbon, not wood, them, alpha scent. Faint but unmistakable. Cedar and smoke and something sharper underneath. It's already fading but it's there. Proof that last night wasn't a dream or a paranoid spiral. They were here. Rowan starts his shift. Opens at noon. The regulars trickle in. Dockworkers who smell like sweat and rust. Day drinkers who don't make eye contact. A woman who orders ginger ale and nurses it for 3 hours while she works on her laptop. Normal. Except Rowan can't focus. He pours drinks on autopilot. His hands are steady but his mind's not. Every time the door opens his pulse spikes. Every shadow that crosses the window makes him turn. For a clock comes. The door opens. 3 men walk in. Same faces. Same synchronized movement. Same presence that makes the air feel thinner. Rowan's hand tightens on the bottle he's holding. They sit. Same seats as last night. Middle and sides. Kale nods at him. Afternoon. Rowan doesn't answer. Riven's eyes scan the bar. Not suspicious. Just aware, like he's cataloging every exit, every person, every detail worth remembering. You're wondering why we're back, Ashar says. Rowan sets the bottle down. I'm wondering when you're leaving. Kale smiles. It's the same not quite friendly expression from last night. Not yet. I don't serve people who break into my bar after hours. We didn't break in, Riven says. Door was unlocked. Bullshit. The word comes out sharper than Rowan intends. He doesn't take it back. Ashar leans forward. His elbows rest on the counter. Casual. Comfortable. You scared? Should I be? Depends. On what? On whether you're smart enough to recognize help when it shows up. Rowan's jaw clenches. I didn't ask for help. No, Kale agrees. You didn't. But you need it. Silence stretches between them. The bar's background noise. Clinking glasses, low conversations, the hum of the old refrigerator. All of it fades into static. Rowan forces himself to hold Kale's gaze. I don't need anything from you. You've got a kid, Riven says quietly. Rowan's heart stops. Nephew, he corrects. Automatic. Ashar tilts his head. You've been telling that story for 2 years. Maybe it's time to stop. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Kale says softly. You do. The woman with the laptop glances over. Rowan realizes his breathing's too loud, too fast. He forces it down, forces his expression neutral, forces everything back into the box where it belongs. What do you want? Nothing today, Kale replies. Today we're just here for a drink. He gestures to the taps. Rowan stares at him for another beat, then pours 3 beers. Cold. Clean. He slides them across the counter without a word. They drink in silence. Not fast. Not slow. Just present. Like this is normal. Like they're regular customers who didn't show up with a warning phone call and knowledge they shouldn't have. Rowan goes back to work. Serves other customers. Wipes down the bar. Restocks bottles. But he feels them. The weight of their attention. Not aggressive. Not demanding. Just there. An hour passes. Cale finishes his beer. Sets it down. Your hand didn't shake once. Rowan pauses mid-wipe. What? When you poured? Riven clarifies. Most people shake when they're scared. You don't. I'm not scared. Ashar's smile is barely there. Yeah, you are. But you don't let it show. That's different. Cale stands. His brothers follow. We'll be back tomorrow, he says. Rowan's stomach drops. Why? Because we like the beer. It's a lie. They barely touch them. But Cale's already walking toward the door. Riven follows. Ashar stops. Turns back. Lock your doors, he says. Not a warning this time. A reminder. Then they're gone. Rowan exhales. His hands are shaking now. He grips the counter to hide it. One of the regulars, old guy named Marcus who's been coming here since before Rowan started, looks over. You good, kid? Rowan nods. Yeah, fine. Marcus doesn't look convinced, but he doesn't push. Nobody pushes here. That's the whole point. Rowan finishes his shift. Closes up. Drives home. Checks the locks. Checks on Elio. Sits at the kitchen table and stares at nothing. His phone buzzes. Unknown number. He answers. You're still thinking about running. Cale's voice. Calm. Certain. Rowan's grip tightens on the phone. How did you? Don't. Running makes you visible. And visible gets you caught. Caught by who? Silence. Then, not us. The line goes dead. Rowan sits in the dark for a long time. Elio shifts on the couch. Mumbles something in his sleep. And Rowan realizes the worst part isn't that the locks know. It's that they're not the only ones. Who else is watching? And why do the locks seem more worried than threatening? The sound comes from the back room. Rowan's halfway through pouring a draft when he hears it. Soft. Muffled. The kind of noise that shouldn't be there because the back room's supposed to be empty. His hand freezes on the tap. The beer overflows. Foam spills across the counter. One of the regulars makes a noise, half laugh, half concern. But Rowan's not listening. He's already moving, abandoning the tap. Pushing through the swinging door into the narrow hallway that leads to storage. The back room doors cracked open. He left it locked. He always leaves it locked. Rowan shoves it open. His pulse hammers in his throat. The room's small, cramped, boxes stacked against the walls. A desk that hasn't been used in years. And sitting on the floor behind that desk, Elio. Rowan's knees nearly give out. The boy looks up. His dark curls are messy. His jacket's buttoned wrong. His backpack sits beside him with papers spilling out. He's got a juice box in one hand and a half-eaten sandwich in the other. Hi, Elio says around a mouthful of peanut butter. Rowan closes the door, locks it, leans against it because his legs aren't working right. What are you doing here? School got out early. Teacher conferences. Elio takes another bite. You forgot. Rowan didn't forget. He never got the notice. Or maybe he did, and it got buried under the pile of bills and past due warnings on the kitchen table, and he didn't see it because he's been too busy watching his rearview mirror for cars that aren't there. You can't be here. I didn't know where else to go. Rowan crouches down. I level. Elio. I was careful, the boy interrupts. I came in through the alley door. Nobody saw me. That's not the point. The point is Elio shouldn't have to be careful. Shouldn't have to sneak through alleys like he's doing something wrong. He's 7. He should be playing with other kids and complaining about homework and living a life that doesn't require constant vigilance. But that's not the life they have. Stay here, Rowan says. Don't come out. Don't make noise. I'll finish my shift and then we'll go home. Elio nods. His expression's too serious for a kid his age. Too understanding. Like he already knows the world's not fair and he's accepted it. Rowan stands. His chest hurts. He goes back to the bar. Cleans up the spilled beer. Apologizes to the regular who's still waiting. Pours a fresh one. His hands are steady. They're always steady. That's the only control he's got left. The afternoon drags. Customers come and go. Rowan serves drinks. Makes small talk. Keeps his expression neutral and his body language calm. Normal. Like there's not a 7-year-old hiding in the back room. Like his entire life isn't balanced on a knife's edge. 5 o'clock comes. The door opens. 3 men walk in. Rowan's stomach drops. Not today. Not now. Not with Elio 20 feet away behind a door that won't stop anyone determined. The locks sit. Same seats. Same presence. Kale's eyes find his. Rowan. We're closed. Rowan lies. Riven glances around the bar. 3 other customers. All nursing drinks. Doesn't look closed. Private event. Ashar's expression doesn't change. For 3 dock workers and an accountant, Rowan doesn't answer. His mind's racing, calculating, if he can get them out fast enough. If he can keep them away from the back room. If he can. Kale leans forward. You're nervous. I'm busy. No. Riven's voice is quiet. Too quiet. You're scared. More than yesterday. More than this morning. Something changed. Rowan's jaw locks. Nothing changed. Ashar stands. Rowan's pulse spikes. But Ashar doesn't move toward him. Doesn't move toward the back room. He just walks to the window. Looks out at the street. There's a car outside, he says. Dark sedan. 2 men inside. They've been there for 40 minutes. Rowan's blood goes cold. You notice them? Ashar asks. No. You should have. Kale's still watching him. Reading him. Who knows you're here, Rowan? Nobody. Someone does. Riven moves. Not fast. Not aggressive. Just purposeful. He walks past the bar. Past the taps. Past the register where Elio's photo sits in plain view. Rowan steps in front of him. Don't. Riven stops. They're inches apart. Eye to eye. There's someone in the back room, Riven says. Not a question. Rowan doesn't blink. This is my bar. My business. You need to leave. Can't do that. Why not? Because those men outside? Ashar turns from the window. They're not here for drinks. The words hit like fists. Rowan's hands grip the counter. His mind's spinning. If they know about the car. If they know about Elio. If they... A crash from... The back room. All 3 locks turn. Rowan moves on instinct. Shoves past Riven. Hits the hallway at a run. The back room door's still locked, but there's noise inside. Scuffling. A muffled yelp. He unlocks it. Throws it open. Elio's pressed against the far wall. Eyes wide. Scared. There's a man at the window. Not inside. Outside. Peering through the dirty glass. His face is partially obscured, but his intent's clear. He's trying the latch. Testing it. Seeing if it'll open. Rowan's vision narrows. He starts toward the window, but a hand catches his shoulder. Riven. His grip's firm. Not painful. Just stopping him. Not like that, Riven says. Ashar's already moving. He crosses to the window in 3 strides. Doesn't open it. Just stands there. Visible. The man outside freezes. Sees Ashar. Sees the way Ashar's posture shifts into something dangerous without moving at all. The man backs away. Disappears into the alley. Rowan's shaking now. He can't stop it. Elio runs to him. Crashes into his legs. Holds on tight. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make noise, I knocked over the box, I'm sorry. Shoo! Rowan drops to his knees. Wraps his arms around Elio. It's okay. You're okay. But it's not okay. Because men are watching his bar. Watching his windows. Looking for something. Looking for someone. Kale appears in the doorway. His eyes find Elio. Then Rowan. That's not your nephew, he says quietly. Rowan holds Elio tighter. He is now. Silence. Then Kale nods. Just once. Does anyone else know? He asks. Rowan meets his eyes. No. You sure? I've been careful. Not careful enough. Riven's voice cuts through. Those men outside know. They wouldn't be here if they didn't. Rowan's throat closes. What do they want? The three locks exchange a look. Some unspoken communication that happens too fast for Rowan to read. Ashar speaks. They want him registered. He can't be registered. We know. Then you know what happens to unregistered pups. Yeah. Kale's expression hardens. We do. Elio's trembling against Rowan's chest. Small. Fragile. 7 years old and already learning that the world wants to erase him. Rowan looks up at the three alphas standing in his back room. Men who walked into his bar 2 days ago and turned his life inside out. Men who shouldn't care. Shouldn't be here. Shouldn't be looking at Elio with something that looks almost like recognition. Why are you helping us? Rowan asks. Kale crouches down. I level with Rowan and Elio both. Because we know what it's like, he says quietly. To lose someone to a system that pretends not to see. The weight of those words settles like stones. Rowan wants to ask what he means. Wants to demand answers. But Elio's shaking and there are men outside and time's running out. What do I do? He whispers. You trust us, Riven says. I don't know you. No, Ashar agrees. But you know what happens if you don't. Rowan closes his eyes. Holds Elio. Makes a choice he can't take back. Okay. What secrets are the locks hiding? And why does protecting Elio feel personal to them? The bar closes early. Rowan doesn't ask permission. Doesn't make excuses. Just tells the remaining customers there's a plumbing issue and they need to leave. Now, they grumble but they go. Nobody argues with a bartender who looks like he's ready to snap. The locks stay. Elio sits at a corner table with his backpack. Drawing on the back of receipt paper. Not looking up. His shoulders are hunched in a way that makes him look smaller than he is. Rowan locks the door. Flips the sign. Pulls the blinds. Talk, he says. Kale's leaning against the bar. Arms crossed. How much do you know about port operations? Nothing. I pour drinks. You hear things though. Rowan's jaw tightens. Sometimes. What kind of things? Conversations. Complaints. Doc gossip. Riven moves to the window. Peers through the gap in the blinds. You ever hear anyone talk about manifests? Shipments that don't match the paperwork. Rowan thinks back. Late night shifts. Men with salt-stained jackets and rough hands. Voices low over cheap whiskey. Fragments that didn't make sense at the time. Yeah, sometimes. What did they say? That some containers go missing. That numbers don't add up. That certain inspectors look the other way if you pay them enough. Ashar watches him. You ever wonder why? It's the docks. Everything's dirty. Not everything. Kale's voice is quiet. Hard. Some dirt hides bodies. Rowan's stomach turns. What are you talking about? Children, Riven says flatly. Unregistered pups. They move them through shipping containers. Falsify the manifests. Sell them to packs who want kids but don't want questions. The room tilts. Rowan grabs the counter. That's not. It's real. Ashar's eyes don't leave his. It's organized. It's profitable. And it's protected. Protected by who? City officials. Port authority. Police. Anyone who benefits from keeping the system exactly the way it is. Rowan's mind races. He thinks about Elio. 2 winters ago. Showed up on his doorstep wrapped in a coat with an emblem he didn't recognize. No name. No records. Just a note that said keep him safe. How do you know this? Rowan asks. The locks exchange another look. Kale speaks. Because we used to be part of it. The words land like punches. Rowan stares. What? Our family runs logistics. Kale continues. Shipping routes. Port access. Distribution networks. For years we handled containers we didn't ask questions about. As long as the money moved, we didn't care what else did. Until we found out, Riven adds. Found out what? Silence. Then a shar. That one of those containers held our mother. Rowan's breath catches. Kale's expression doesn't change, but something flickers behind his eyes. Old pain. Buried deep. She was Omega, he says. Questioned the wrong shipment. Noticed discrepancies in child registries. Started asking questions about where unregistered pups were going. She disappeared. Riven finishes. Classified as a voluntary departure. No investigation. No follow-up. Just gone. We were 12, Ashar says. We've spent 15 years building power so it doesn't happen again. Rowan's throat closes. He looks at Elio, still drawing. Oblivious. Safe. For now. What does this have to do with me? A dock worker was executed last week, Kale says. Shot in an alley. Made to look like a robbery. But it wasn't. He was falsifying manifests. Riven continues. Hiding children in shipping containers. We found his records. Found proof he'd been doing it for years. Ashar's voice drops. One of those records was a child who disappeared from the system 2 years ago. Dark curls. Approximately 5 years old at the time. Listed under an emblem that matches a defunct pack from the Northern Territories. Rowan's vision blurs. That's not, he starts. His name was in the ledger. Kale interrupts gently. Elio. The floor drops out. Rowan turns. Looks at Elio. The boy's focused on his drawing. Humming something soft. Unaware that his existence was documented in a trafficking operation. That he was supposed to disappear. That someone decided he was worth more sold than saved. Why didn't you take him? Rowan's voice cracks. If you knew. Because you saved him first, Kale says. And you've kept him safe for 2 years. That matters. But now they know. Riven's still at the window. Whoever paid for that shipment knows the ledger's been found. They're cleaning up loose ends. Elio's a loose end. Ashar finishes. Rowan's hands curl into fists. I won't let them take him. They won't ask permission. Then what do I do? Kale pushes off the bar. Walks closer. You let us dismantle the system that's hunting him. How? Quietly, carefully, the same way it was built. Rowan shakes his head. That'll take time. We don't have time. We have enough, Riven says. But you need to trust us. Why should I? Because, Ashar says, we're the only ones who know how it works. A noise outside. Sharp. Metallic. All 3 locks turn. Riven moves first. Fast. He's at the door before Rowan processes the sound. Peers through the peephole. 2 men. Front door. They're armed. Rowan's pulse skyrockets. Police. No. Private. Kale's already moving. He crosses to Elio. Crouches down. Hey buddy. We're gonna play a game. Okay? Elio looks up. Eyes wide. What kind of game? A quiet one. You're gonna go with Rowan and hide. Can you do that? Elio nods. Rowan scoops him up. Carries him toward the back room. His mind screaming. Racing through options that don't exist. If they're armed. If they know Elio's here. If a knock at the door. Hard. Official. Open up. Port Authority inspection. Rowan freezes. Ashar's beside him now. Go. We'll handle this. How? We're the locks, Kale says flatly. We own half the Port Authority. They work for us. Another knock. Harder. Riven calls out. Give us a minute. Rowan doesn't wait. He takes Elio into the back room. Locks the door. Shoves the desk in front of it. His hands are shaking so hard he can barely grip the wood. Elio watches. Silent. Scared. It's okay, Rowan whispers. Lies. From the bar, voices. Raised. Angry. Then Kale's voice. Calm. Cold. This establishment's under lock jurisdiction. You don't have clearance to be here. A pause. We have orders. Your orders don't override ours. Leave. Now. Silence. Rowan holds his breath. Then footsteps. Retreating. The door closes. Rowan waits. Counts to 60. Then 90. Then A soft knock on the backroom door. It's us. Rowan moves the desk, opens the door. Kale stands there, expression unreadable. They're gone, he says. For now. For now. They'll report back. Whoever sent them will send others. Rowan's chest tightens. Then what do we do? Kale looks past him, at Elio, then back at Rowan. We accelerate the plan. What plan? The one where we take apart everyone who profits from hurting kids. Riven appears behind him. But first, we need you to do something. What? Tomorrow, Ashar says, you're gonna serve drinks to some very specific people. And you're gonna listen. Rowan's pulse hammers. Listen to what? To the men who run the operation, Kale says. They meet here every month. Third Thursday. Tomorrow. The realization hits. My bar's a front, Rowan whispers. Your bar's neutral ground, Kale corrects. A place where people feel safe talking. That's why they chose it. And you want me to record them, Riven finishes. We'll provide the equipment. You just keep serving drinks. Rowan looks at Elio. The boy's fallen asleep on the floor, curled up with his backpack as a pillow. Innocent, unaware. If I do this, Rowan says slowly, and they find out. They won't, Ashar says. But if they do, Kale meets his eyes. Then we make sure they don't live long enough to act on it. The words are delivered without emotion, without bravado, just fact. Rowan swallows. Okay. Okay, I'll do it. Kale nods. We'll be here tomorrow, early, before they arrive. The three of them leave through the back door. Quiet, efficient, like they were never there. Rowan locks up, carries Elio to the car, drives home, checks the locks. His phone buzzes. Unknown number. He stares at it, answers. You made the right choice, Kale's voice says. How do you know? Because you're still breathing. The line goes dead. Rowan sits in the dark. Tomorrow men will come to his bar. Men who traffic children. Men who profit from erasing lives. And Rowan's going to serve them drinks. Can Rowan pull off the most dangerous performance of his life without getting caught? The device is smaller than Rowan expected. Kale slides it across the bar. Black, matte, about the size of a quarter. It looks like a coaster weight. Something you'd use to keep napkins from blowing away. Audio only, Kale explains. Voice activated. 30-foot range. Rowan picks it up, turns it over. Where does it go? Under the bar, near the tap. Riven's already moving, mapping sight lines, checking angles. They always sit center. 3 seats. Same spot every time. How do you know? Because we've been watching this place for 6 months, Ashar says. Rowan's stomach drops. 6 months. You're not the target, Kale clarifies. They are. You're just the location. It doesn't make Rowan feel better. The bar's empty. Early morning. Light filtering through the blinds in dusty shafts. Elio's at school. Safe. For now. Rowan dropped him off personally. Watched him walk through the gates. Stayed until he disappeared inside. He positions the device under the bar. Exactly where Riven indicated. Presses the adhesive. It sticks. Test it, Kale says. Rowan steps back. Speaks. Can you hear me? Riven's across the room. He's got a phone in his hand. Screen shows audio levels. Green bars spike with Rowan's voice. Clear, Riven confirms. Ashar's at the window. They'll arrive at 7. Stay until 9. Order the same drinks. Talk business for approximately 40 minutes. Then leave. What kind of business? The kind that destroys lives, Kale says flatly. Rowan's hands grip the counter. What do I do when they get here? Same thing you always do. Serve drinks. Stay neutral. Don't react. To what? To anything they say. Kale's eyes lock on his. No matter how bad it gets, you don't react. You're a bartender. Bartenders hear everything and remember nothing. Understand? Rowan nods. Say it, Kale presses. I understand. Good. Riven pockets the phone. We'll be outside, listening. If anything goes wrong. It won't, Ashar interrupts. He can handle this. Rowan wishes he had that confidence. The hours crawl. Rowan opens at noon. Serves the lunch crowd. Dockworkers. Day drinkers. A woman who orders coffee and stares at her phone for 2 hours. Normal. Routine. But Rowan can't focus. His eyes keep drifting to the clock. To the device under the bar that's recording nothing because there's nothing to record yet. 6 o'clock comes. The evening shift starts. More customers. Louder conversations. Sports on the TV. Someone plays the jukebox. Classic rock that's too loud. Rowan wipes down the counter for the 3rd time. 6:45. His phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. They're 2 minutes out. Rowan's pulse spikes. He forces his breathing steady. Wipes his hands on his apron. Positions himself behind the bar. Neutral expression. Calm posture. Just another night. The door opens. 4 men walk in. Not 3. 4. Rowan's breath catches. They're older. 50s. 60s. Well-dressed but not flashy. The kind of men who blend in anywhere because they're supposed to. They carry authority the way other people carry car keys. Unconscious. Expected. They sit at the bar. Center seats. Just like Riven said. One of them nods at Rowan. Evening. Evening. What can I get you? Scotch. Neat. 4. Rowan pours. His hands are steady. The glasses clink softly as he sets them down. The men take them without comment. Don't say thank you. Don't acknowledge him. He's furniture to them. Good. Rowan moves down the bar. Serves other customers. Keeps his ears open. The men talk quietly at first. Weather. Traffic. Sports. Nothing important. Then one of them. Gray hair, thin frame, wire-rimmed glasses. Leans in. Harbor inspection scheduled for next week. We need to move the shipment before then. Another man nods. Heavier build. Scar on his jaw. How many units? 7. Ages 5 to 9. Rowan's hand freezes on the bottle he's holding. Units. They're talking about children like they're cargo. He forces himself to keep moving. Keep pouring. Don't react. Where's the drop? Scarjaw asks. Warehouse 12. North Dock. Usual protocol. Payment. Half up front. Half on delivery. The third man, bald, expensive watch, speaks up. What about the Omega situation? Rowan's pulse hammers. Which one? Glasses asks. The bartender. Rowan's blood goes cold. He's standing 10 feet away, wiping a glass. They're talking about him like he's not there. What about him? Scarjaw sounds bored. He's got an unregistered pup. Sources confirmed it. Rowan's grip tightens on the glass. He sets it down carefully, moves to the taps, pours a beer he didn't need to pour. So? The fourth man speaks for the first time. Thin voice, sharp features. So he's a liability, Baldwatch says. The kid's from the northern shipment. 2 years ago. He shouldn't exist. Then handle it. We tried. Locks intervened. Silence. Then glasses. Since when do the Locks care about unregistered pups? Since their mother disappeared, asking the same questions. More silence. Rowan's mind races. He's heard enough. More than enough. Every word is being recorded. Evidence. Proof. Enough to. We accelerate, Scarjaw decides. Move the current shipment. Clean up the loose ends. Including the bartender. Rowan's vision tunnels. When? Baldwatch asks. Tonight. The word hits like a bullet. Rowan's phone buzzes in his pocket. He ignores it. Can't check it. Can't move. Can't breathe. Tonight. They're coming for Elio tonight. The men finish their drinks. Stand. Leave cash on the counter. Walk out without looking at Rowan. The door closes. Rowan's legs give out. He catches himself on the counter. Breathes. Tries to think through the panic. His phone buzzes again. He pulls it out. Text from Kale. Get out. Now. Another text. We're coming in. The back door slams open. Kale, Riven, and Ashar storm through. Fast. Purposeful. Did you hear? Rowan starts. Every word. Kale cuts him off. Where's Elio? School. The after program. It ends at 8. Riven's already on his phone. I'll get him. No. Rowan pushes off the counter. I'll get him. You're not going alone, Ashar says. He's my. We know. Kale interrupts. That's why we're all going. They move fast. Out the back. Into the alley. 2 cars waiting. Black. Expensive. Engines running. Rowan gets in the first one. Kale drives. Riven's in the passenger seat. Ashar follows in the second car. They know where he is, Rowan says. His voice shakes. They know about the school. They don't, Kale says. Not yet. You've been careful. No records. No registration. They know he exists but not where. But they said tonight. They'll go to your apartment first, Riven explains. That buys us time. How much time? Enough. They reach the school in 12 minutes. Rowan's out before the car stops. Runs across the parking lot. Bursts through the doors. The after program's in the gym. 20 kids. 2 teachers. Elio's in the corner. Building something with blocks. He looks up. Sees Rowan. Smiles. Rowan crosses to him. Crouches down. Hey buddy. We gotta go. Already? I just started. Now Elio. Something in Rowan's voice makes the boy stop arguing. He gathers his backpack. Takes Rowan's hand. They walk out together. Fast but not running. Can't scare him. Can't explain. Kale's waiting by the car. He opens the back door. Elio climbs in. Rowan follows. Where are we going? Elio asks. Somewhere safe, Rowan says. Are we in trouble? Yes. No. Just being careful. They drive. Not to Rowan's apartment. Not to the bar. Somewhere else. A building on the east side. Tall. Glass. Expensive. Kale pulls into underground parking. Uses a keycard to access a private elevator. They ride up in silence. The doors open to a penthouse. Massive. Windows overlooking the city. Furniture that costs more than Rowan makes in a year. This is yours? Rowan asks. One of them, Ashar says. Elio's eyes are wide. He's never seen anything like this. You'll stay here tonight, Kale says. We've got security. No one gets in without clearance. And tomorrow? Tomorrow we finish what we started. Rowan looks at Elio. The boy's exploring. Touching expensive things with careful hands. Still innocent. Still unaware how close he came. They're not gonna stop, Rowan says quietly. No, Kale agrees. They won't. So what do we do? Riven's at the window, watching the street below. We make sure they can't. How? Kale meets his eyes. By taking the fight to them. Rowan's phone buzzes. Unknown number. He doesn't want to answer. He answers anyway, breathing on the other end. Heavy. Deliberate. Then, you've got something that belongs to us. Rowan's blood turns to ice. I don't know what you're talking about. The kid. We know you have him. We know the locks are protecting you. It doesn't matter. We'll find you both. Try it. Rowan hears himself say. Silence. Then a laugh. Cold. Humorless. You've got 24 hours. After that, we stop being polite. The line goes dead. Rowan lowers the phone. His hands shaking. Kale's watching him. What did they say? 24 hours. The 3 locks exchange looks. Then Kale smiles. It's not friendly. Perfect, he says. That's all we need. What desperate plan are the locks about to unleash, and can they pull it off before time runs out? The documents spread across the glass table like evidence at a crime scene. Kale's got 12 folders open, each one thick with papers, manifests, bank transfers, email threads, phone records, 2 years of carefully gathered proof that the system everyone trusts is designed to hurt the most vulnerable. Rowan stands at the window, can't sit, can't stop moving. Elio's asleep in one of the bedrooms. Door locked. Security cameras on every entrance. Safe as he can be in a world that wants him erased. But safe isn't permanent. These are the decision makers, Kale says. He slides photos across the table. The 4 men from the bar, plus 3 more. Port Authority, city officials, police captains. They meet monthly, coordinate shipments, divide profits. Rowan stares at the faces. Ordinary, the kind of men you'd pass on the street and never notice. How long have they been doing this? He asks. 15 years, Riven answers. Maybe longer. Records only go back that far. 15 years of children disappearing. 15 years of families destroyed. 15 years of a system that looked the other way because looking away was profitable. Rowan's hands curl into fists. What's the plan? Ashar taps one of the folders. We've got financial records linking every person in this operation to offshore accounts. Money trails that prove they're profiting from child trafficking. We leak it, Riven continues. All of it. News outlets, federal investigators, people who can't be bought. When? Rowan asks. Tomorrow morning, Kale says. Simultaneously, 10 different sources. By noon, every major network will have the story. And the men who threatened us tonight will be too busy protecting themselves to come after you. Sounds clean, simple, but Rowan knows better. What if it doesn't work? It will, Kale says. But if it doesn't, then we handle it differently. Riven's voice is flat, final. Rowan doesn't ask what that means. Doesn't want to know. His phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. He's learned to hate unknown numbers. He opens it anyway. A photo loads. His apartment building. Taken tonight. Lights on in his 3rd floor window. Curtains open. Someone was there. Inside his home. Touching his things. Looking for something. Looking for someone. Another text. Tick-tock. Rowan's vision blurs. He grips the phone so hard the case cracks. Kale's beside him. Takes the phone. Reads the message. His expression doesn't change, but something cold settles in his eyes. They're escalating, he says. We knew they would, Ashar replies. Not this fast. Riven's already moving. Pulling up security footage on a tablet. They've got people watching the building. 3 teams. Rotating shifts. How many total? Kale asks. At least 9. Maybe 12. Rowan's chest tightens. We can't stay here. We're not going to, Kale says. We're moving. Where? Somewhere they won't look. 20 minutes later, they're in the cars again. Elio's awake now. Confused. Scared. Rowan holds him close. Whispers promises he's not sure he can keep. They drive for 40 minutes. Out of the city. Into suburbs that get progressively quieter. Houses with yards. Streets without cameras. Kale pulls into a driveway. Small house. Old but maintained. Lights off. Whose place is this? Rowan asks. Ours, Ashar says. Bought it 5 years ago under a shell company. No records connecting it to the lock name. They go inside. The house smells like dust and disuse. Furniture covered in sheets. Kitchen empty except for bottled water and canned goods. A safe house. Elio explores carefully. His small voice echoes in the empty rooms. Are we gonna live here now? Just for a little while, Rowan tells him. How long? I don't know. Elio nods. Doesn't cry. Doesn't complain. Just accepts it the way he's learned to accept everything. Too young to carry this kind of weight. But he carries it anyway. Rowan gets him settled in a bedroom. Finds blankets in a closet. Makes a nest on the mattress. Elio curls up. Exhausted. You promise we're safe? The boy whispers. Rowan smooths his curls. I promise. Another lie. Another necessary one. He leaves the door cracked. Returns to the living room where the locks are setting up equipment. Laptops. Phones. Portable printer. The leak goes live at 6 a.m., Kale explains. By 7, the story breaks. By 8, arrests start. You're sure? We've got federal contacts. They've been waiting for evidence this solid. Rowan sits. Finally, his legs won't hold him anymore. What happens to us after? The three locks exchange looks. That depends, Riven says. On what? On whether you want to disappear or rebuild. Rowan thinks about the bar. 4 years of his life poured into making it work. 4 years of careful survival. Gone now. Burned because he tried to protect one child. He'd do it again. I want Elio to have a life, he says quietly. A real one, where he doesn't have to hide. Then that's what we'll make happen, Kale promises. Rowan wants to believe him, wants to trust that 3 men he barely knows can dismantle a system that survived for 15 years. But wanting doesn't make it true. His phone buzzes again. Another photo. This one makes his blood freeze. It's Elio's school. Empty playground. Taken from inside the fence. Text beneath found him. Rowan's on his feet. Phone shaking in his hand. They know where he goes to school. Kale takes the phone. Studies it. His jaw tightens. School's closed tomorrow, Ashar says. Teacher in service day. Doesn't matter, Riven counters. They're sending a message. They can reach him anywhere. The room goes quiet. Then Kale speaks. His voice is different now. Harder. Colder. We don't wait until morning. What? Rowan breathes. We move now. Tonight. Before they expect it. Move how? Kale's smile is sharp enough to cut. We give them exactly what they're looking for. What deadly trap are the locks about to set? And who will be the bait? Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next in this heart-stopping story. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your support inspires us to bring you more stories like this. The warehouse smells like oil and rust and 20 years of things better left forgotten. Rowan stands in the center of it. Alone. Visible. Bait. Every instinct screams at him to run. To hide. To do literally anything except stand here in an empty warehouse at midnight waiting for men who want to hurt him. But Elio's safe. That's what matters. Hidden 3 miles away with Ashar. Protected. Out of reach. And Rowan's done running. The wire under his shirt itches. Thin. Barely there. But he feels it. Knows it's recording everything. Knows Kale and Riven are listening from the surveillance van 2 blocks away. He's not alone. Not really. But he feels alone. Footsteps echo from the entrance. Rowan turns. 4 men walk in. The same ones from the bar. Glasses. Scarjaw. Bald watch. Thin voice. Plus 2 others. Muscle. The kind hired to do things the decision-makers won't dirty their hands with. They spread out. Surrounding him. Not rushing. Taking their time. Glasses speaks first. You're either brave or stupid. Maybe both, Rowan replies. His voice sounds steadier than he feels. You know why we're here. You want Elio. We want what belongs to us. He's not property. Scarjaw laughs. Cold. Mean. That's where you're wrong. Everything's property if you pay the right price. Rowan's hands stay at his sides. Loose. Non-threatening. The way Kale coached him. I don't have him, he says. Liar. Baldwatch moves closer. We've been tracking you. Watching your patterns. You picked him up from school. Drove to a penthouse downtown. Then disappeared. The locks are protecting you, Thin voice adds. Which means they know something we need to contain. The word contain hits like acid. What happened to your mother? Rowan asks quietly. The question lands. All 4 men freeze. What did you say? Glass's voice drops dangerously low. The lock's mother. She disappeared 15 years ago. You remember her? Silence. Heavy. Volatile. Then Scarjaw moves. Fast. Grabs Rowan by the collar. Slams him against a support beam. You don't know what you're talking about. Rowan gasps. Pain radiates through his spine. But he keeps talking. She found out about the shipments. About the children. About what you were doing. So you made her disappear. She was Omega trash asking questions she had no business asking. She was someone's mother. The slap comes hard. Rowan's head snaps sideways. Copper floods his mouth. She was a problem, Glasses says. Problems get solved. Same as you. Same as that kid. Where is he? Baldwatch demands. Rowan spits blood. Safe. Somewhere you'll never find him. Another hit. This one to his ribs. Air explodes from his lungs. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, Thin Voice says. Your choice. Rowan straightens, pain screaming through his side, but he meets their eyes. There is no easy way. You're not getting him. Scarjaw pulls a knife. The blade catches the dim light filtering through broken windows. Last chance. Rowan's heart hammers. He thinks about Elio, about his gap-toothed smile and the way he hums when he's concentrating, about the life he deserves. No. The knife moves. Light floods the warehouse. Sirens. Voices. Federal agents pouring through every entrance. Nobody move. Hands where we can see them. The four men freeze. Confusion. Panic. They reach for weapons, but it's too late. Agents swarm them, force them down. Cuffs click. Rowan slides down the support beam. Sits. Breathes. Kale appears. Helps him up. You did good, he says quietly. They were gonna kill me. We wouldn't have let that happen. Rowan's not sure he believes that, but he's alive. That's what counts. The agents process the scene. Read writes. Bag evidence. One of them approaches Rowan. You're the witness? Rowan nods. We need your statement. Everything they said. Everything you know. I recorded it, Rowan says. Taps the wire under his shirt. The agent's expression shifts. Impressed. That'll help. We've got enough to put them away for life. All of them. Rowan watches them load the four men into vehicles. They're shouting, threatening lawyers, claiming innocence. But the evidence doesn't lie. Financial records, testimonies, recordings. Everything the Locks spent 2 years gathering. Everything Rowan helped finish tonight. It's over. Except it's not. Because there are still 3 more names on that list. 3 people who haven't been arrested yet. Riven appears beside him. The others ran, disappeared the moment the news broke. Will you find them? Eventually. People like that always surface. Rowan's not sure if that's comforting or terrifying. They drive back to the safe house. Dawn's breaking, pink and gold spilling across the horizon. A new day, a different world than yesterday. Elio's awake when they arrive. Ashar's making breakfast. Pancakes. The smell fills the small house with something almost normal. The boy runs to Rowan, crashes into him. Rowan winces, ribs still screaming, but holds on tight. You're hurt, Elio says, worried. I'm okay. Promise. Promise. They eat together. All 5 of them around a table that's too small. Quiet. Exhausted. But alive. Kale's phone rings. He steps away. Answers. His expression shifts. Hardens. He returns 5 minutes later. They found the other 3, he says. Tried to board a private flight. Arrested at the airfield. Relief crashes through Rowan. It's really over. The people who wanted Elio dead are in custody. The system that protected them is crumbling. Justice. Delayed but arriving. What happens now? Rowan asks. Now, Kale says. You decide what kind of life you want. Rowan looks at Elio. The boy's got syrup on his chin and happiness in his eyes. Simple. Pure. Unaware how close he came to losing everything. I want him to be safe, Rowan says. Really safe. Not hiding safe. Then we make that happen, Riven promises. How? Policy changes. Registry reforms. Protections for unregistered pups. We've got allies now. Federal attention. Momentum. How long will that take? Ashar meets his eyes. Months. Maybe years. Systems don't change overnight. But they do change, Kale adds. If enough people push. Rowan thinks about that. About fighting. About pushing. About making sure no other child has to live the way Elio lived. I want to help, he says. The 3 Locks smile. We were hoping you'd say that. How will Rowan and the Locks rebuild from the ashes? And what does true freedom actually look like? Subscribe and turn on notifications for the powerful conclusion. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Your voice matters and helps us create more inspiring content. The hearing room smells like old paper and desperation. Rowan sits 3 rows back. Elio beside him. The boys wearing clothes that actually fit for once. Clean. New. Courtesy of the Locks who've spent the last 6 weeks making sure they have everything they need. 6 weeks since the arrests. 6 weeks since the story broke. 6 weeks of news coverage and federal investigations and testimonies that made the whole country pay attention. The system that erased children is collapsing. Slowly, painfully, but collapsing. Today's hearing is about registry reform, about protections for unregistered pups, about making sure what happened to Elio never happens to anyone else. Rowan's supposed to testify. His hands won't stop shaking. "You'll do great," Kale murmurs beside him. The 3 Locks insisted on being here. Support, protection, something else Rowan doesn't have words for yet. "What if I mess up?" Rowan whispers. "You won't. But if, then we'll fix it. Together, together." The word still feels strange. Foreign. Rowan spent 4 years surviving alone. Learning to trust is harder than learning to hide. But he's learning. A woman in a suit approaches. Government official. Tired eyes but kind smile. "Mr. Hale? We're ready for you." Rowan stands. His legs feel like water. Elio grabs his hand. "You got this." 7 years old and already braver than Rowan will ever be. He walks to the front. Sits at the witness table. Microphone in front of him. Faces staring. Judging. Waiting. He thinks about running. About grabbing Elio and disappearing. Finding somewhere quiet where questions don't exist. But running doesn't fix anything. He stayed. He fought. Now he finishes it. "Please state your name for the record." "Rowan Hale. And you're here to testify regarding unregistered minors and systemic gaps in child protection services?" "Yes." The questions start. Simple at first. Where he found Elio. How he kept him safe. What resources he needed and didn't have. Rowan answers carefully. Honestly. Doesn't exaggerate. Doesn't minimize. Just tells the truth. Then the hard questions come. "Why didn't you report the child to authorities?" Rowan's throat tightens. "Because I didn't trust the authorities. I'd seen what happened to unregistered pups. They disappeared. The system that was supposed to protect them was the same system that erased them." That's a serious accusation. It's a true one. The people arrested last month prove it. Murmurs ripple through the room. "What changes would you like to see implemented?" Rowan takes a breath. Kale helped him prepare for this. Coached him on policy language and legal frameworks. But in the moment, Rowan forgets all of it. He just speaks from the heart. "I want kids like Elio to exist without fear. I want emergency protections for unregistered pups. I want oversight that actually works. I want a system that treats children like people instead of problems to solve." More murmurs. Some approving. Some skeptical. "And you believe these changes are feasible?" "I believe they're necessary. Whether they're feasible depends on whether the people in this room care more about convenience or lives." The official's eyebrows rise. "That's quite direct." "I'm done being indirect." Indirect kept kids invisible. Silence. Then the official nods. "Thank you, Mr. Hale. Your testimony will be part of the record." Rowan returns to his seat. His hands are still shaking but differently now. Not from fear, from something else. Something that feels almost like hope. Elio hugs him. "You were awesome. I was terrified. That's what made it awesome." The hearing continues. Other testimonies. Expert witnesses. Policy proposals. Hours of bureaucratic language that makes Rowan's head hurt. But change is happening. Slow. Imperfect. But real. They break for lunch. Rowan steps outside. Needs air. Needs space. His phone rings. Unknown number. He almost doesn't answer. But something makes him. "Hello." Breathing. Heavy. Familiar. His stomach drops. You think you won? A voice rasps. Thin voice. One of the men from the warehouse. You think putting us in cages changes anything? You're in prison, Rowan says. His voice shakes. And you're still breathing. For now. Are you threatening me? I'm promising. We've got people on the outside. People who know where you sleep, where the kid goes to school. People who understand that problems need permanent solutions. The line goes dead. Rowan stands frozen. Phone clutched in his hand. Blood roaring in his ears. They're locked up. They can't hurt him. Can't hurt Elio. But their reach extends beyond bars. Kale appears. Reads his expression. What happened? Rowan shows him the call log. Explains. Kale's face goes cold. He pulls out his own phone. Makes 3 calls in rapid succession. Each one clipped. Efficient. Final. It's handled, he says. How? Their outside contacts just became inside contacts. We've been tracking their communications. Anyone connected to them is being brought in for questioning. Can they do that? Federal investigation. Conspiracy charges. Yeah, they can do that. Rowan exhales. This isn't over, is it? No, Kale admits. But it's getting smaller. Less dangerous. Every day we take away more of their power. How long until it's actually over? I don't know. But you don't have to wait alone. Rowan looks at him. Really looks. At the man who walked into his bar 3 weeks ago and changed everything. At the brothers who chose to fight instead of profit. At the people who decided 1 Omega and 1 kid were worth dismantling an empire. Why are you doing this? Rowan asks quietly. Because our mother didn't get a choice. Because kids like Elio deserve better. Because someone has to. Simple. True. They return to the hearing. Sit through more testimony. More proposals. By late afternoon, preliminary votes happen. Emergency protections for unregistered pups. Immediate implementation. Registry reform to follow within 6 months. It's not perfect. It's not enough. But it's a start. Rowan holds Elio as they leave the building. The boy's exhausted. Heavy in his arms. Safe. For now. Tomorrow brings new fights. New threats. New battles in a war that won't end cleanly. But tonight, Elio sleeps without hiding. And that's worth everything. Will Rowan find lasting peace? Or will the shadows of the past keep hunting them? Subscribe and turn on notifications for the final chapter of this emotional journey. Share your thoughts below. Your comments inspire others and help us continue creating powerful stories that matter. The bar's gone. Rowan stands across the street staring at the empty space where Northline Tap used to be. Condemned sign plastered across the door. Windows boarded. Everything he built for 4 years erased. But he's not sad. He's free. 3 months since the arrests. 3 months of policy changes rippling outward. Registry reforms. Port oversight restructured. Emergency protections for unregistered pups now federal law. It's not perfect. Bureaucracy moves like glaciers. But movement is movement. Elio tugs his hand. Can we go now? You promised ice cream. Rowan smiles. Yeah, buddy. We can go. They walk to the small park 2 blocks away. The one with the playground and the vendor who sells ice cream from a cart. Normal. Easy. The kind of afternoon that would have been impossible 3 months ago. Elio runs ahead. Climbs the jungle gym with other kids. Laughing. Playing. Visible. Rowan sits on a bench. Watches. His chest aches in a good way. He looks happy. Rowan turns. Kale sits beside him. Appeared from nowhere the way he always does. He is happy, Rowan says. First time in his life probably. What about you? Rowan considers that. Is he happy? He's unemployed. Homeless, technically. Living in a lock-owned apartment until he figures out his next move. Everything familiar is gone. But Elio's safe. Really safe. That counts for something. I'm getting there, Rowan admits. Kale nods. We've got a proposition. What kind? The kind that gives you a future instead of just survival. Rowan raises an eyebrow. I'm listening. We're opening a resource center for omegas and unregistered pups, legal aid, housing assistance, community support. We need someone to run it. You want me? You understand what they're going through. You've lived it. That matters more than credentials. Rowan's throat tightens. I'm not qualified. You kept a kid alive for 2 years while a trafficking ring hunted him. You're qualified. The offer sits between them. Heavy. Real. A chance to do more than survive. A chance to build something that helps others the way he wished someone had helped him. I need to think about it, Rowan says. Take your time. Offer stands. Kale leaves. Rowan sits. Thinks. Elio runs over. Ice cream smeared across his face. Pure joy. Look, I made a friend. His name's Marcus and he likes dinosaurs too. A woman approaches. Mid-30s. Kind eyes. Your son's adorable. Rowan doesn't correct her. Doesn't explain. Just smiles. Thank you. How old? 7. Mine too. Maybe they could have a playdate sometime. The words are normal. Casual. The kind of interaction parents have at playgrounds everywhere. But for Rowan it's extraordinary. No one's hunting them. No one's asking dangerous questions. No one's trying to erase Elio from existence. They're just people. Living. Existing. I'd like that, Rowan says. They exchange numbers. Make plans. Normal plans. Later that evening, back at the apartment, Elio helps make dinner. Spaghetti. Simple. The sauce is from a jar, but the boy's proud of stirring it. Rowan? Elio asks while they eat. Yeah. Are we staying here? Like, forever? I don't know yet. Maybe. I hope so. I like it here. I like my school. I like having friends. Rowan's chest tightens. Me too, buddy. Do you have friends? The question catches him off guard. Does he? The Locks aren't exactly friends. They're something else. Complicated. Important. But friends? I'm working on it, Rowan says. Elio nods. Serious. Making friends is hard. But it's worth it. 7 years old and wiser than most adults. That night, after Elio's asleep, Rowan sits at the window. City lights spread below. Millions of people living millions of lives. He's just one. Elio's just one. But they matter. His phone buzzes. Text from Kale. Decision yet? Rowan stares at the message. Thinks about the resource center. About helping others. About building something bigger than survival. He types back. Yes, I'll do it. 3 dots appear. Then good. Start Monday. Monday. 3 days away. 3 days to prepare for a new life. A different purpose. Rowan exhales. Sets his phone down. From the bedroom, Elio shifts in his sleep. Mumbles something unintelligible. Safe. Dreaming. Protected. Not by hiding. By systems that finally work. The news plays on the TV. Coverage of the trafficking scandal. More arrests. More evidence. The operation that seemed untouchable 6 months ago is crumbling. Piece by piece. Name by name. Justice is slow. But it's coming. Rowan thinks about the Locks' mother. About how she died asking questions no one wanted to answer. About how her sons spent 15 years building power so they could answer those questions themselves. About how one Omega bartender and one unregistered pup became the catalyst for change no one saw coming. Small actions. Big consequences. The world shifts without apology. Rowan's ready for it. The final chapter awaits. Discover how Rowan and Elio's story concludes and what true belonging really means. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the powerful ending. Comment below with your thoughts on Rowan's journey. Your words inspire us and encourage others in our community. The ribbon stretches across the doorway like a promise. Rowan holds the scissors. His hands are steady. They're always steady now. Not from fear. From certainty. Behind him, maybe 50 people gather. Omegas. Parents. Kids. Community members who heard about the resource center and showed up. Curious. Hopeful. Desperate. The building's small. Used to be a medical clinic. The Locks bought it. renovated it, turned it into something that actually helps instead of harms. Community Hope Center. Simple name, important purpose. Elio stands beside Rowan. 8 years old now. Birthday was last week. First one where he got to invite friends. First one where he wasn't hiding. You ready? Elio whispers. Rowan smiles. Yeah, I'm ready. He cuts the ribbon. Applause. Cheers. People flow inside, exploring, asking questions, finding resources they didn't know existed. Legal aid desk, housing assistance, support groups, education programs. Everything Rowan wished he'd had 2 years ago. Everything he can give others now. Kale appears at his elbow. Good turnout. Better than expected. Word spreads. People need this. Rowan watches an Omega mother ask about custody rights. Watches a volunteer sit with her. Patient. Understanding. Helping. This is what power looks like when it's used right. The day passes in a blur. Consultations. Tours. Donations. By evening, 43 people have registered for services. 43 lives slightly easier because this place exists. It's not enough. Won't ever be enough. But it's something. Rowan locks up at 8. Exhausted. Satisfied. Elio's with Riven and Ashar. Movie night. They've gotten close over the past year. The boy calls them uncles now. It's not official. Doesn't need to be. Family isn't always blood. Rowan drives to the apartment. His apartment now. Not lock-owned. His name on the lease. His furniture inside. His life. Real. Permanent. He makes dinner. Something simple. Sits at the window like he does most nights. Watching the city. Thinking. His phone rings. Not unknown this time. He knows the number. Hey, he answers. Hey yourself. Kale's voice sounds tired. Good tired. How was opening day? Good. Really good. We helped a lot of people. That was the point. They talk for a while. About the center. About upcoming policy hearings. About small victories that add up to big change. Then Kale says something unexpected. We're stepping back. Rowan's chest tightens. What? From the day-to-day. You've got this. You don't need us hovering. But we'll still be around. Still support the center. Still fight the fights that need fighting. But this is yours now, Rowan. Your purpose. Your community. The words land soft but heavy. I couldn't have done this without you, Rowan says quietly. Yeah, you could have. You just didn't have to. They hang up. Rowan sits in the growing dark. Thinks about the past year. About how 3 alphas walked into his bar and turned his life inside out. About how terror became trust. How survival became purpose. About how sometimes the people who save you aren't the ones you expect. Elio comes home at 9. Full of stories about the movie. About how Riven bought him popcorn and Ashar let him pick the seats. Can we do it again next week? The boy asks. If they're free. They're always free for me. Said with the confidence of a child who's never been unwanted. Rowan tucks him in. Smooths his curls. Love you, buddy. Love you too. The boy's asleep in minutes. Safe. Secure. Dreaming dreams that don't include fear. Rowan returns to the window. The city's different at night. Softer. Full of possibility instead of threat. His reflection stares back. He barely recognizes himself. The man who poured drinks and kept his head down is gone. In his place, someone who stands up, speaks out, fights back. Growth isn't loud, but it's permanent when it's chosen. He thinks about the Locke's mother, how she died asking questions that needed answers. How her sons made sure those answers came. How one bartender and one boy became part of that answer. The world doesn't change overnight, but it does change. Policy by policy, protection by protection, life by life. Unregistered pups have emergency safeguards now. Omegas have resources. Communities have support. It's not perfect, won't ever be, but it's better, and better is enough to build on. Rowan's phone buzzes. Text from the mother he met at opening. Picture attached. Her daughter, smiling. Caption: First day at new school. Thank you for making this possible. His eyes sting. He saves the photo, adds it to the collection he started. Proof that what they're doing matters. Another text. This one from Kale. Proud of you. Simple. True. Rowan types back. Couldn't have done it without you. Kale, yeah, you could. But we're glad you didn't have to. Rowan sets his phone down. Looks out at the city. At the lights. At the life. Somewhere out there, kids sleep safely who wouldn't have 6 months ago. Families stay together who would have been torn apart. Omegas exist without hiding who would have disappeared. Because people decided change was worth the cost. Because quiet power built something loud silence never could. Healing isn't instant. Justice isn't guaranteed. But both are possible when enough people care. Rowan cares. The Locks care. The community cares. And caring, it turns out, is the most powerful thing of all. He closes the curtains. Turns off the lights. Tomorrow brings new challenges. New fights. New people who need help. But tonight, Elio sleeps safely in the next room. And that's worth everything. Sometimes justice isn't loud. Sometimes it's built quietly, so no child ever has to learn fear as a language. Sometimes belonging means being seen without being owned. Sometimes family is who shows up, not who shares blood. Sometimes the ending is just the beginning of something better. Rowan's ready for it. Thank you for following this story. For more interesting, educating, and heart-touching stories, subscribe to this channel. Thank you and see you in the next story.